I'm sorry. What are you doing here?
Marcy, I thought I saw you coming.
I asked you a question, Cole. What are you doing here with him?
Well, I could ask you the same thing.
I'll keep it simple. You think you're going to sign over your baby to her? No, we're going to stop you.
You with the lawyer already? What are you doing? You're really siding with my dad against me?
He's doing what a man does, Starr. He's going to get an injunction against you to stop this adoption from happening.
Could he even do that?
He has rights, Starr. I've told you that.
Starr, I didn't know.
You didn't know what?
I didn't know what he was planning to do until I got here today. He asked me to meet him here.
At the courthouse. You thought he was just going to do something nice? Let things slide like he never does? No, you're doing this because I wouldn't do what you wanted.
No.
Yes. This is my worst nightmare. I am having a baby, and the father of that baby is just like my father.
You have to listen to me.
Why? It's clear that I can't trust you. You're just like him now.
Starr, don't push. You want him on your side.
I'll just never forget this as long as I live.
You just have to calm down, honey. Don't get yourself upset. It's gonna be okay.
You won't even talk to me, huh? Jeez. You know, when I found out about the baby...
You decided that it was your private property just like Sam.
I know what you're going through. More than anyone here. When Margaret was going to have her baby, I didn't want anything to do with it. Just get rid of it, man. But in hindsight, if I had done what I thought then was the right thing to do, it would have been one of the worst mistakes I ever made. We wouldn't have Sam now.
Okay, you wanted Sam and Margaret dead. I want my baby to be alive and happy and with Mrs. McBean. And there's nothing that you can do to stop me. All the times that I stood up for you, I told everybody that they didn't understand that you're a great father, and look at what you're doing to me now.
I'm trying to keep you from making a big mistake.
By putting Cole together with your lawyer. Dad, I will never feel the same way about you again. And Cole, this is wrong. You siding up with my dad, you know that it's wrong.
This party, it was his idea.
I don't care who started it. Just please, do not tell me that you're doing this because of him.
Can't do that. I have to do what I think is right. Just like you do.
Don't talk to me. Talk to him. He's your new best friend now. Okay, so what happens next?
Is it over? When they make the first move, we'll react. And we're in a very strong position.
This is my lawyer, Morgan Guthrie. He'll be handling the case from here on in.
Wait, your lawyer?
Yeah, that's right. My lawyer. Don't get sensitive on us. He's my lawyer because I pay his fee. He's your lawyer because he's going to make sure you get your kid back.
I'm only looking out for your interests.
Not my interest. My baby's.
All rise.
Mr. Guthrie? I'm counsel for Cole Thornhart, the father of Miss Manning's unborn child.
Does Miss Manning have counsel?
Judy Shulman Brown, Your Honor. And I'd like to point out we were not informed that Mr. Guthrie had called this meeting.
Miss Shulman Brown, let's establish why we're here before we start arguing. Mr. Guthrie?
Your Honor, Mr. Thornhart is asking that the court intercede on his behalf to prevent Ms. Manning from being allowed to give Mr. Thornhart's child up for...
It's my child.
The couple's child up for adoption.
On the phone, you said this was an emergency.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Manning has, in spite of Mr. Thornhart's opposition, been secretly proceeding with a closed adoption. She has to be stopped.
I say this after years of experience. You want to bring matters like this to court only as a last resort. Try to talk it out.
We don't have the option to talk it out, Your Honor. They're proceeding with this adoption behind our backs.
And yet you seem to know all about it.
Well, she wants to give her baby to a kidnapper. This lunatic woman here, who literally put my son in the line of fire.
Of course, you're that, Mr. Manning. If you don't exercise a little patience and listen, I will call this hearing to order, and my first order of business will be to cite you for contempt and have you removed. Is that clear?
Yes, all right.
Your Honor, I object to Mr. Manning's characterization of my client's action. It was neither secretive nor hasty.
It's my baby, too. She just can't give up for adoption.
Of course. Okay. I understand what's going on here. Now I have something to say. Cole, Starr, the laws governing this situation really come into play when the baby is born. At this point, any contract between you, Starr, and Mrs. McBain has no legal standing.
Thank you.
Nicely done, Mr. Manning.
Okay, but this is my baby. Don't I have the right to decide?
The baby's father has rights too, and paternity can only be established after the baby is born. At this point, any contract is not binding. Cole, by the same token, you don't have any legal standing to obtain an injunction at this time.
But she...
Let me finish. When the baby is born, you can exercise your rights. Rights which supersede any contract between the mother and another party. The only way that contract can be valid is for you to sign away your rights as...
Well, that's not happening.
Cole, please. Take the time to think this through. Think, talk, and be very, very wary of anything he says.
Let's get out of here.
No, wait, please stop. The judge said that we should talk, and I have something to say. I want to say something to you, Cole, but you can't say anything, all right? And that goes for you too, Dad. It's pretty clear that you can get your own way and stop the adoption.
Starr, I don't...
And I just want you to think this through, okay? If you get your way and you get your baby in your life...
Our lives.
Well, then along with that baby, you get him. And the baby gets him. Because he never backs down, Cole. He never shuts up. Okay, and he always thinks that he's right over everybody, just like right now. You probably think that you're right and that I'm wrong.
Starr.
You know what, just don't say anything, because then it's just gonna prove my point for me. The judge said for us to talk, so I talked, and he also said for us to think, and I really want you to think this through, okay? I want you to think about him, and how he hurts you, and how he hates you no matter what he says right now. Is that really what you want from our baby?
Starr, I don't want to hurt you.
I don't matter. The baby matters.
I love both of you.
See, there's that word, Dad. Thought I knew what it meant, but I don't know anything.
Really proud of you. You know you were really strong.
I didn't feel strong.
Doesn't matter. Because you were. You know you were wonderful.
I'm not giving in. You're going to get this baby, okay, Marcy?
I don't know about that, Starr. I mean, maybe you shouldn't have to go through all of this, you know?
Don't worry about it. I'm tough. I was raised that way.
If you don't sign off on it, there's nothing they can do.
You just gotta hang in there, okay? For the baby's sake.
What about Starr? Do you care what happens to her?
All right, let's get out of here. We've done enough for today. When the time comes, we'll make sure that baby ends up where it belongs.